What if I told you that one man with a pen and a vision reshaped an entire region of West Africa? A man who began as a preacher and ended up founding one of the largest empires in African history. This is the story of Usman Dan Fodio and the rise of the Sokoto Caliphate, a tale of faith, revolution and transformation that changed West Africa forever. But before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss more epic African history stories like this one. At the dawn of the 19th century, the Hausa states of northern Nigeria were thriving centers of trade, culture, and learning. But beneath the surface, there was corruption, inequality, and a departure from true Islamic principles. Into this world stepped a man named Usman ibn Fodio, a scholar, a teacher, a reformer. His ideas would spark a movement so powerful, it would topple kings, unite diverse peoples, and establish the legendary Sokoto Caliphate. Born in 1754 in Gobir, modern-day Nigeria, Usman Dan Fodio grew up in a world where religion and politics were deeply intertwined. He was trained in Islamic law, theology, and literature. But he wasn't just another scholar. Usman began preaching reform, calling out the corruption of rulers, the heavy taxation of the poor, and the straying from Islamic teachings. His words gained him followers, not just scholars and clerics, but ordinary people, traders, peasants, and even warriors who believed in his vision. As his popularity grew, the rulers of the Hausa states grew nervous. The kings of Gobir, where he lived, saw him as a threat. In 1804, tensions boiled over. The ruler of Gobir turned against him, and Usman Dan Fodio and his followers were forced into exile. But this exile would mark the beginning of a revolution. Usman Dan Fodio declared a jihad, a struggle to purify Islam and establish justice. What followed was a series of wars across the Hausa states. His movement grew into an unstoppable force. Kingdom after kingdom fell, not just because of military strength, but because the people believed in his cause. By 1808, the old Hausa rulers had been overthrown, and in their place rose a new empire, the Sokoto Caliphate. Stretching across modern-day Nigeria, Niger, Cameroon and beyond, it became the largest empire in Africa at the time. The Sokoto Caliphate wasn't just an empire of swords, it was an empire of ideas. Usman Dan Fodio emphasized education, establishing schools, libraries, and spreading literacy among men and women. His daughter, Nana Asma'u, became one of the greatest female scholars in African history, a poet, teacher, and advocate for women's education. Today, the legacy of Usman Dan Fodio and the Sokoto Caliphate still echoes across West Africa. In religion, in culture, in education, and in identity, a scholar who picked up his pen ended up changing the destiny of millions. His story reminds us of the power of ideas, and how one person can indeed change the world. If you enjoyed this journey into history, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with friends who love African history. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.